Okay, I'm recording, and go ahead and tell your story out of the other ones you've already told. So, what happened in this case?
I ended up having to go to traffic court today for a $25 fix-it ticket. Basically, I got caught for driving a vehicle that didn't have insurance. Well, the vehicle did have insurance, I just didn't know what it was. And I ended up going back in with that proof of insurance just a couple of days after the ticket was issued to show that I did have insurance on the vehicle at the time that the stuff happened. So when that did happen, they told me there was going to be a $25 dismissal fee to go ahead and have it taken off the record or taken off of the books. And I told them, I want to speak with the judge about this. And they said, okay, you have that right. We'll go ahead and we'll schedule you for your arraignment, and you can come in and talk to the judge. So when that happened, I said, oh, by the way, since I'm here, I want to go ahead and start my record. Here is my motion for discoveries, and here is my motion for a verified complaint. The court clerk looked at me and said, this is a infraction. This is a small fix-it ticket. You don't get a verified complaint. And I said, I'm sorry, but yes, I do get a verified complaint. If you have something to bring me to court to, if there's an issue that has my name on it, there is a right for me to get a verified complaint. And he clearly states that in the penal code, or on the bottom of the ticket, which is the California Vehicle Code 40513B. So once I pushed the issue, it basically came down to me showing up to court, which is what I did today. So I walked into the courtroom, and the judge said, okay, sir, do you have proof of insurance? I said, yes, I do. I gave it to the judge, and he looked at it, and he said, okay, no problem. It's going to be a $25 dismissal fee. And I told him, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, now if you win, you still pay, huh? It's crooked.
Yeah, even when I win, I still pay.
Stupid.
So I told him, you know what, I don't think that's right, and I would like to try and have that dismissed. And the judge said, well, I'm sorry, but state law that we have to charge that.
You should have asked him what state law was that.
I should have done that. Now, what happened was, once he went ahead and said that, I said, well, I don't know why this is being brought against me, so I basically want to try and get that $25, subtracted or dismissed. He said that we cannot do that. So I said, okay, fine. Yeah, if that's the case, then what other alternatives do I have? And I basically put the ball in his court to see what he was going to say. And he said, well, you can go ahead and take this to trial. And you can tell your side, and then I'll certainly tell his side, and then I'll go ahead and decide on what's going to happen. If you're found not guilty, then you don't have to pay the $25. And then I said, okay, that's fine then. I want to go ahead and take this to trial then.
So they wanted he basically wanted to do an oral misjoinder by still using the old citation for a new controversy. It's so illegal.
Oh, well, without a doubt. Now, this is the kicker. He basically said, okay, then I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf, and then we'll go ahead and we'll give you a trial date. When he said that, I said, no, you cannot enter a plea on my behalf. Per Penal Code 1018, a plea can only be entered on the defendant's behalf or the defendant's attorney. Unless you are functioning as my attorney, which last time I checked, you're not, because I'll be practicing law from the bench. And essentially, that's what you're doing now by entering a plea on my behalf.
Yep, and what did he say?
When I told him he was entering a plea on my behalf, he goes, well, Mr. Cook, sir, what is it that you want to do? And I was like, you know what? I just want this to go away. And he goes, well, I can't do anything unless you enter a plea. And I'm like, oh, I have a solution to that. Here's my demur. I walked in with papers in hand, and I gave him a demur on my traffic citation for insurance. And he looked at it and he goes, sir, this is an infraction. Do you understand Penal Code 1006, you must rule immediately on this. He goes, okay, well, there's other cases that are here right now. I will review this as soon as I clear the calendar. Do you mind sitting and waiting? I said, sure, no problem. So that was on the record. And he literally sat there after he cleared the whole calendar. He went ahead and reviewed my demur, and he said, okay, the grounds for your demur, I see them, and your demur is overruled. This is not a misdemeanor or a felony case. This is, again, an infraction, which you've already shown that you've corrected. And I'm like, you're right, I have. But still, you guys are trying to prosecute me under a citation. Basically, it's statutory extortion. You guys are trying to get money for something that you really have no claim on. And he said, how do you feel that we have no claim? I'm like, the officer's name that's on there, you're going to go on the citation and use his name as the prosecutor or the prosecuting party? So in essence, the officer is practicing law without a license.
Did you file a motion to dismiss because the officer's practicing law without a license?
that was in my hand, and I was going to file that. I had that in my hand, dude. I was so ready to go. And basically, he goes, "Okay, Mister, just give me in a nutshell what happened. Why is it that what transpired that day?" So I gave him the quick little story, and he goes, "No, initially, why did he pull you over?" And I said, "I believe that he pulled me over because he felt that I made an unsafe lane change or that I was speeding." So he looked on the ticket and it said speeding at 22349, but there was no speed that was written in the box. There was no dissemination, if he did it by radar or whatever. And he goes, well, you know what? The officer didn't write you up for speeding. And I'm like, I know that. And basically he pulled me over. According to what this notice of appear says, he pulled me over without any probable cause. He especially says he didn't write that I was speeding. So his probable cause was he pulled me over because he believed I had no insurance. You know how well that's going to stand up in trial court or in appeals court? And he goes, you know what? This case is dismissed. $25 that I saved right there just by standing up for myself.
Oh man, and let me ask you a question. The new motions, what do you think compared to the old motions?
Oh, the new motions are so much better because it literally pinpoints everything to its core. When a judge says, well, you know, the verified complaint, you have no bias for that. Wrong. It states on the new motions, you know, Penal Code 19.7, what applies to misdemeanors applies to infraction. So if you have actual proof to go ahead and back things up, I mean, you can't just walk in there and say, well, you know, Penal Code 19.7 or Penal Code 1018, you can't do this, you can't do that. Unless you have actual proof of stuff that you're talking about, you know, you're going to back yourself up against the wall, and they're going to have their hand at your throat. So everything on these new motions, it's pinpoint accurate, and it definitely makes such a better difference when you walk in there. Basically, you're loaded from there, and you're sitting up there hunting squirrels.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
And you know what the perfect part about this is that it's pretty much setting it up for Fed court because of the way it's designed. Even when it comes down to the motions, if they get denied later on. I just got some new stuff. As a matter of fact, today I was looking up, and I got what's called fraud upon the court, and how it you can basically void any judgment. It's pretty strong. I was like, man, that's pretty crazy.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Yeah, I gotta work on it though, but it's a work in progress right now. So.
Yeah, if you guys are just literally, again, if you can read, if you can understand, you know, words on paper, stand up for yourself, read this stuff, and you're gonna save yourself so much money. Yeah, it might have cost me $29 to go ahead and fight this, but in the end, if you sit there and look at it, I ended up saving myself because it's more of the principle behind it, and I'm so much happier that I went ahead and fought it, and it makes just so much sense. So guys, don't lay down, man. Don't let them sit there and bend you over a barrel.
Yeah, especially when you're winning and they still want to charge you for winning.
Without a doubt. Now, officially, for the record, I have one left, but out of that one left that I have, I'm currently right now, I'm 6 for 7 with one on appeal. So when this one for appeal comes back, I'm hoping everything works out. I'll be 7 for 7 with one remaining.
Yeah.
And every single time that I walk in there, I'm loaded for bear. It's rule of thumb. It's better to have and not need than to need and not have.
That's true. That's true. Well, man, I appreciate your time and congratulations once again on that win.
It feels so damn good.
I know. Alright, man, well, I'm going to start recording and I'll be posting this on YouTube.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. The fuck, Bobby.
Alright.